Hello everybody, welcome to week 3. Now, I don't know where you all are in the country, everybody's pretty much spread out, but up here it's been pretty crazy. We had a nice winter storm come through and had about 12 to 18 inches, upwards of 20 inches closer to Lake Ontario where we are, and so we've been digging ourselves out. Kind of fun though, it's single digits now. So that means a perfect day to go snowshoeing, which is what I just did. And I know a lot of you are thinking, what kind of crazy person is teaching my class if he's willingly going out in this kind of weather? I don't know. I am kind of crazy. That gets me to an interesting point, though, kind of a little life advice before we get into the Microsoft Word stuff. And this may seem contrary or run contrary to what I should be saying because I am an information literacy teacher. I'm teaching you kind of computer technology. But look, you got to get away from the screens sometimes, all right? Do your homework, get into discussion boards, do everything you need to do for your classes, and for work or whatever else you need the computer for. But look, folks, you got to turn them off sometimes. You got to get outside. You got to snowshoe. You've got to ski. You've got to do whatever it might be. Good weather or bad weather. It's for your health. You definitely need to turn those glowing blue screens off quite a bit every day so that you can actually go out, enjoy nature, and really kind of decompress from, I think, of so much of the tech that's around us all the time. Now, with that said, let's turn back to the technology. Kind of a radical switch there. Now that we're done with our life advice, right? This week we are getting into Microsoft Word. So last week we were doing Microsoft Outlook, and you did a lot of good work, and I'm still getting through a lot of the stuff, some of the grading, those assignments, the email assignments in particular. But so far, I'm looking at your work, and I think it's pretty good. I would say one thing about the discussion boards is make sure you're holding to the rubric as closely as possible. So I saw a lot of you post some initial posts, but they're rather short. And I have to follow the rubric very, very closely. So if you have a post that's 50 words, you're going to lose points because those initial posts really need to be minimum 100 words. Same thing goes for your replies. You need to have at minimum 3 replies each week to 3 different students in their own threads. Now, many of you are posting 10, 11, 12. Hey, keep doing what you're doing. That's very, very good. For those of you who are just kind of squeezing through there, doing the bare minimum, be very, very careful. Make sure that you are holding to the rubric because I have to grade by the rubric very, very strictly. So, but again, everything else I've been seeing has been good. Microsoft Word is what we're getting into now, and this, of the big 3, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, this is the one that most students know best. Still, with that said, I think you're going to be learning a lot this week that's going to stretch you. So even if you use it all the time, or you've been writing papers, or you write memos at work, or something like that, everyone's going to be able to get something out of this week. Now, I would say there's a couple things in particular I'd like you to look at when you're going through Microsoft Word. One of them, and I've already mentioned this to many of you in the discussion boards, are the pre-made, preloaded templates that you see right when you open Microsoft Word. These things are awesome. They are an untapped resource that so many students don't even think about. They're there when you want to write a resume or a cover letter, or you want to put together some sort of birthday announcement for your kid's birthday or something like that. There are usually templates, basically these pre-made guides that allow you to kind of just input the data you need to put in there, and it's ready to go. It looks professional and everything. There are hundreds and hundreds of these things, so take some time to look through them. And in the discussion board, if you want, mention some of them and just talk about this and say, I found this really, really awesome template that I'm going to use for the announcements for my wedding that's coming up, or something like that. There's something for everybody there. The other thing I want to mention is start looking at the differences between Microsoft Word in 365, that cloud-based one, and Microsoft Word in the downloadable version that you all have on your computers. There are some significant differences there, but you have to look, you have to kind of peel away the surface, if you will, to really kind of understand what those differences are. And so take a look at those and mention some of those in your discussion as well. Now, as far as Word goes, we're going to have 2 practice assignments as we've been doing. We're going to continue to have these practice assignments. These are almost always, I think, based out of the book. So you need the textbook in order to do them. You don't need to send them to me, okay? There are at the bottom of the folder that has the pause and practice exercises in them are solution files. And just check your work with those solution files to see if you did well. Now, if you have questions, obviously you can email me, and I'd be happy to work with you there. Other than that, you have 2 other assignments. One is this kind of this workplace memo assessment that is going to be more, it's a multi-part assessment that we'll be working on throughout the term, and this is the beginning of it. and it has to do with this municipal solid waste report, and you're going to see the PDF for that under that assignment. You're going to use that, and then you're going to follow the instructions that are in that attached video, and that's how you're going to start to make this memo, okay? This is one that often confuses students because there are multiple parts. So you don't use the textbook for this one, you use that PDF, and you follow the instructions in the video that's attached as well. Everyone's is going to look a little different, but according to the instructions, there are certain things that are required to be in your memo. So make sure you hold those instructions very closely. The other assignment is straight from the book. So you're just going to turn to that page in the textbook, and you're going to follow those directions, and you're going to use that starting file that's there as well, and you're basically going to manipulate everything, that data, and add and subtract and kind of amend things in there, and that's what you're going to upload to Blackboard. So those are the two assessments or two assignments that are going to be going on this week. You have the pause and practice, and of course you have the discussion board. You've been really good about asking questions, so keep asking questions. I'll have my Skype-based office hours tomorrow. That's going to be Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you can always catch me there. You can call or email. I've got my Google Voice number. I'll have to post that again, and you can, of course, email me. So let me know if things come up. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, but so far I've been impressed. I think the work you've been doing is good. Keep it up, and we'll see where this week takes us. Thanks, folks.